talk a little bit about this weekend. Oregon State's got a good football team. Like I said, going in, I thought they should still been in the top 25. Watching on film, they had the one game early in the year. They couldn't tackle their quarterback, and I think they're a very good football team. Excellent quarterback. They do a great job. And we were battling and had a couple miscues on the kickoff return. One of them, I don't know, it was like a bad hopping for a shortstop. It was tough. The other one just got to carry the ball high and tight, but that kind of got us out of the game. But I was excited when our kids kept battling, kept fighting, and I thought we did do a few good things. You know, there's 3 or 4 plays that changed the game, and we got to be sure we make those plays. This week's opponent, Oregon, they, like I said, for Fresno, I said Fresno was fast. This team was super fast, hyper speed. I'm going to go with this hyper speed, and they're very good. You know. Their running backs are amazing, receivers, but their defense is phenomenal, how hard they play. But the guy that amazes me the most is the quarterback. He reminds me of Kaepernick when I was at San Jose State and we played Nevada. He's fast, he can make all the throws, he can run, and he is an excellent, excellent player. Mariota makes their team go. So we got our work cut out for it. I know our kids are already excited about playing the game. We had a good practice Sunday night. We had Monday off, and then we had a great practice today. They seem very focused and ready to go, and no hangover from the loss. And so we're ready to move on. And take any questions. All right, I'll take questions at this time. Go ahead.
You guys always talk about bouncing back from adversity. How do you think your players have responded after the loss?
Well, I think that when they came out to practice Sunday, they were after it, they were energetic, they weren't dragging. You didn't have people showing up late or trying to get out of practice for different mysterious injuries. That's kind of how I watch it, and I haven't seen that happen at all. And then I thought today they had a very, very good practice and were really focused. And I think maybe when you watch Oregon's film, it makes you focus more because you know you better be playing good. So I was pleased with that, and you know we've made good strides. We got to keep making strides, and you know there were some disheartening things that happened Saturday, but not things that we couldn't correct. I don't think it was a situation. I think someone asked me afterwards if I thought the athletes. I said no, I thought our athletes were good enough to play against Oregon State, and we just can't turn the ball over against a good football team and they expect to win. When teams are close to even, the ones that win the turnover ratio always basically win the football game. And so that was important for us. We basically gave them 3 drives inside the 20, almost. Just not, so you gave them 21 points. But I think they've responded well, and I know they're excited about playing Saturday.
The teams who have had success against Oregon, I'm trying to wrap my brain with Stanford and Alabama in recent memory. Right. Don't really run an up-tempo offense. Are you playing with fire if you try to go up-tempo against their up-tempo?
I think you just got to do whatever you do best. Yeah. You know, if you try to change what you're going to try to do in a game, then you got to do what you do best and try to hope for the best. You know, I think the teams that played them that did good, yeah, they did pretty good offensively, but they played really well defensively. I mean, they didn't give up as many big plays. They kept them down in scoring. I mean, Stanford beat them 17-14. I mean, if you would have gone to that game and said they're going to win 17-14, you would have said, yeah, right.
First quarter.
Right, exactly. So I think that you have to play really well defensively. You have to understand where you're really, you have to understand your run fits. I mean, I know that's a simple thing. Chad knows what I'm talking about. I mean, they move people, they move the back a lot, they go really fast, and they get in all these different formations. And if you don't line up right, all of a sudden there's a big gap, and they're so fast they're gone. So you have to understand how to line up. And hopefully we practice against ourselves enough and we do fast speed periods that we can line up correctly and then be able to, then you got to tackle them in open space. And that's what we have to do. So hopefully that's what we do.
Coaches have different feelings about possession time against a team like this. What's your thought on keeping that offense off the field?
Well, I guess there was a funny statistic. They have the least amount of possession time of anybody in the country. Oregon does. And they're scoring the most of any. I think they're second in scoring in the country. And so they don't have the ball. They got it 20 minutes a game. So I don't think that makes a difference. You better score and you better stop them. You might be better off if they have the ball all the time. It's longer drives. They got more chances for turnovers. There's more possibilities of making them have to do more third downs. So if you come out of and they got it 30 minutes, you might have played better.
So
And
that kind of flips.
I'm being serious, because then they have to put drives together.
Right.
And they have more times they have to turn the ball over. They'll have more third downs. It's more long down situations where you can kind of go after them. And sometimes they slow down on third down and longs so they can see what they want to do, and they don't just keep moving. But they get first down, second down, first down, second down. They just got you in such a rhythm that's it's tough.
Mike,
Yes.
what's the situation with the O-line? Are you going to be changing some players in there? Is it cohesive?
I think that we played Alex Kelly a little bit more in the second half after Daniel got the personal foul, but Daniel's a very good player, so he'll be back playing a lot. We're just keep working with the offensive line, and I still think that we have some good offensive linemen that can do some good things. We just got to keep gelling and keep working. I don't think that the offensive line was as big a problem as maybe the wet ball a little bit, even though we practiced in the rain and we did some things. And their defensive line, they had 3 tipped balls on us that most people thought were just bad throws by Connor. They tipped the ball, just barely tipped it, and it kind of fluttered out. So I thought they were aggressive there. And then we just weren't on our game quite as good early as we needed to be. I don't know if I'm not using excuses of the layoff. I don't know what it was, but I think it had to do with they were playing extremely hard, and we just didn't take advantage. We were moving the ball a little bit there. We ran the reverse to Paul Richardson on the first play, came back and then ran the ball, and then came back the next play, threw him a screen, got some yards, came back the next play, got a first down on a hitch to him, and we got a holding call. Then we got backed up, and then we tried to draw. Then we got, and then we just kind of started sputtering. And then we had a big play that got called back for it was 10-3, and DD, I thought, made a great catch. And I thought we got the play off before they should have buzzed it, but it got buzzed, and they overruled the play. Because I got a feeling we got a chance to go in and score there and be 10-10 with like 5 minutes to go in the first half. So, we need to play better, but, right there, if we catch that ball a little bit better, or we don't get a holding call here or there. But the kids were playing hard and trying to execute. We just gotta execute better all the time.
So you don't really see a problem with personnel on the O-line at this point?
No, I don't see with what we have. I don't see a problem with personnel, and I think they're trying to play hard. I think Stephon Nimbot is getting better every game. One day they're never going to get around him. He's a learning process, but he really is improving tremendously. Kind of blocks the sun out, and he can move, and he's extremely smart. I think he speaks 6 languages. I'm pleased with his progress. I really am. Of course, we want everybody to play perfect, but nobody can.
How has Connor responded since Saturday?
I thought he had a good practice today. It's kind of funny. Last Thursday was his best practice. I've been around him the whole time, and then we didn't play as good as we would all like, or he would like, on Saturday, and it wasn't all his fault. So I thought Bill Parcells used to always say, you find out about quarterbacks how they respond after a bad game, and everybody's telling them you should be playing the second teamer and getting all these questions, which never thought of. And then how you play after interception, how you play after you get hit. That's all part of being a quarterback. And then how you handle a few games in a row where you're successful. Can you keep sustaining your work ethic and your confidence and all that? So I'm looking forward to see how he plays, and he's going to play a really, really, really good defense. And so it's going to be an interesting test for all of us.
How are we going to handle the tailback rotation this week?
Great question. Today we rotated on in and out, and we'll discuss that more Thursday after we see how everybody's healthy. We feel like everybody's healthy now, but we play them continuously during the week, and they rotate and get all the plays. And you don't run. We practice so hard you can't run them all the time. Just one guy, you'll wear him out for Saturday, so they get all of the looks. They're all ready to go. But right now you'll definitely see Michael Atkins as much as you saw him last week, unless something happens. And Christian Powell, you'll see him at tailback, and you might see him at fullback some too, being able to have both of them in the backfield. So we've got some combinations like that we work. And he's been in at fullback in some games already too. In that stage, and then as we kind of get to the plan, which we looked at a lot of stuff today, there's certain things that we like certain guys to do more than others, and it just depends on what we feel like we can get going in the game.
Whoever starts at tailback, will he get more of the carries? Or are you going to be rotating him in and out during the game?
Whoever's hot.
Yeah.
If the guy gets out there and gets hot. Yeah, I am excited we have another game. I tell you, Rick exhausted himself. After the Fresno game, me and him spent basically a lot of Saturday and then all day Sunday calling people right and left, working every scenario. I felt like a used car salesman. I never got so many no's in my entire life. I know Rick felt the same way. And we had a couple of them we thought we had done, signed, sealed, delivered, and we get a phone call after after they play a game on Saturday. No, we're too beat up. We're not going to do it. We're like, what are we going to do next? What are we going to do next? And Charleston Southern is, they're 5-0. I think they'll be 7-0 when they face us and be in the top 25 in 1AA. And they're the only team, I guess they're the only team left standing. Would that be the right way to say it? That wanted to play us. And thank goodness they did. And so it's going to be great for the community. It's going to be great for the university. And it's a way we can give back to the community through the whole thing. And it's also our guys getting another game. And the university getting another game. And so I'm excited about the opportunity to do it.
Mike, when you play a team like Oregon who has blown out all their opponents this year by the beginning of the third quarter, maybe midway through the third quarter, the game's practically over. I guess your experience as a coach, do you buy into the fact that if you can keep the game close, the longer it goes, that team that's not used to playing in close games might tighten up, might not operate with the same freewheeling?
Yeah.